everybody. My name's Richard Osman. Welcome to House of Games Night. It's exactly the same as the normal House of Games, except it is 2 hours later. It's on a completely different channel. We have an audience and we have a band, and it's in an entirely different studio. And the games are different, but apart from that, it's the exact same show. Welcome to David Doherty as well, our band leader. Every time I press this buzzer, a new round comes up. I never know what it's going to be. My players never know either. One of my 4 players at the end of 3 shows is going to walk away with this trophy right here. Who is playing House of Games Night? Let's find out. It is Steph McGovern, Ben Miller, Janette Manrara, and Ed Balls. Welcome along, everyone. Hello, Steph.
Hello. This
Nice
is
to see you.
exciting, isn't it?
It's all right, isn't it? Are you competitive?
I say I'm not, but I suppose I am. Like, main thing for me is not making a fool of myself.
OK, but the short answer, yes, you are competitive.
Yeah,
I guess. Quite right. Ben, lovely to have you here. Now, you used to be in a double act called Armstrong and Miller.
Don't rub it in.
With, I know, we're like a survivors group.
Yeah.
You know, it's so nice that you
Yeah,
made
it's
it
really
through.
nice, and let's keep sharing.
Yeah, exactly that. Jeanette.
Hello.
Now, you must be enormously competitive. No one from Strictly is uncompetitive.
Well, I never won the glitter ball, you see, because I don't have that competitive edge.
Oh.
But I'm hoping that maybe tonight it comes out. You never know.
You never know. Now, Ed, at the end of the 3 shows, someone's winning the trophy, but there are also prizes. Would you like to take a look at what you could win if you win this evening's show?
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, yes.
There is
Wow.
the smoking jacket, sewing machine, carriage clock, and for some reason, a House of Games beer keg as well. Anything there you fancy?
Definitely the beer keg.
Steph, anything you fancy there?
Oh, I'm all about the smoking jacket. It's gorgeous.
All about
Does
the
it come with the
smoking-
wig?
Can do. Shall we play our first round?
Yeah.
OK, good luck, one and all. Our first round on tonight's show is... Is there a doctor in the House of Games? And I'm going to ask each of you a question. I guarantee you, you will not know the answer to your question. Better news, though. Someone in our audience will know the answer. So all you've got to do is work out who knows the answer to your question. Steph, we will start with you. In what year was pin technology patented? One of our audience is the person who invented pin technology.
No way.
But who is that person?
I think it is the gentleman in the grey jumper and the white collar. He just looks smug.
Sir, if you would stand up, and I'm going to ask you the question. In what year was pin technology patented?
I don't know.
Anyone else want to buzz in?
I'll buzz in.
Ben.
The lady with the poppy on her jumper.
In what year was pin technology patented?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Ed.
I reckon it's the lady right there in the beautiful cream twin set and the white hair.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, unlucky. Who do you fancy there?
I'm going to go with the gentleman in the light blue and the glasses.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
So, would the person who invented pin technology please stand up?
Hey.
Oh, James Goodfellow, the inventor of pin technology. Can I ask you, in what year was pin technology patented?
In 1966.
No.
Whoa,
Was it?
1966. How about
What
that?
a year.
Can I ask your view on something? If any time I ever say PIN number, people get furious on social media because the N already stands for number. Do you think it's OK to say PIN number?
Yes, I do.
Yes! That's the man who invented PIN technology, says it's OK to say PIN number. Thank you very much, James, the inventor of PIN technology.
Oh, James, as he invented it, his PIN number was 1. He was the first one.
So easy to steal money from James.
Yes.
There it is. Ben, here is your question. In July 2020, what weight in kilograms was achieved to claim a new women's world record in the log press lift? To help you, someone in our audience holds that record and is a former world's strongest woman.
May I approach the bench?
Of course you may approach the bench. I'll give you a clue. It is not James Goodfellow.
Very school assembly vibe to it, isn't it? Just the way
It's
he's
very
standing.
school assembly. I think it's the lady with the patterned blouse.
OK, so, Ben, if you take your seat back again and we shall find out. So, I shall ask her the question. In July 2020, what weight in kilograms was achieved to claim a new women's world record in the log press lift?
It was 135 kilos.
Well done, Ben. Nicely done.
Bravo.
We have Andrea Thompson, former world's strongest woman. Can you tell us what a log lift is?
Anything metal, wooden, cylinder kind of shape, and it comes from the floor to the chest and it's pressed overhead.
Wow. Andrea Thompson, thank you so much. And a point to Ben there. Well played, Ben. Janette, here is yours. Who was appointed the first Astronomer Royal for Scotland in 1834?
They're never
And to help
here.
you, he's here, yes. The current Royal Astronomer of Scotland is in our audience. I want to know the answer to that question.
I'd say they probably wink a lot to look through the telescope.
Yeah, that's true.
Look for...
Yeah. Look for someone who's literally,
I don't
who
know
hasn't
why.
taken their eyes off the ceiling throughout
I'm going
the
to go with
entire
the same gentleman because he's just right in my eye line.
I don't know.
Oh.
You're in my... You've got eye contact with me.
Sooner or later, he'll be the answer to something.
Something,
Yeah,
he'll
we
be-
know that. Anyone want to buzz in? Ed.
I think the lady there in the white blouse with little flecks across.
Oh, yeah, it does look like a nice astronomer top, doesn't it?
Okay, if you'll stand up, please.
Good spot.
Pretty tough.
Also, she's quite tall, so she's closer to the star.
Yeah. Who was appointed the first Astronomer Royal for Scotland in 1834?
His name was Thomas Henderson.
Wow, well done, Ed. Nicely done.
Nice work.
And this is Catherine Haymans,
I
the
could just
Astronomer
tell, I could
Royal
just
for
tell.
Scotland. What are your main responsibilities as Astronomer Royal for Scotland?
So I research the dark side of our universe, the stuff we can't see and touch, dark energy, dark matter. It's quite a cool
That's
job.
a cool job, isn't it?
What a cool job.
Thank you so much, Catherine Hayman. A point to Ed there, and Ed, it is now your turn. Which town holds the annual Black Pudding Throwing Championship, an event said by some to date back to the Wars of the Roses? Someone in our audience is the reigning world champion black pudding thrower.
I think it needs to be somebody kind of youthful. I'm going to go for the gentleman in the grey top with the beard.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, he does not know. Unlucky Ed. Anyone fancy that?
Looked such like a black pudding thrower. I could just see it.
That's. I don't know how to take that, sir. I think it's a compliment. Steph.
I'm going to go for the lady sat next to the world's strongest woman.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Oh,
I
unlucky.
thought you looked like you had the arms.
There's a
just gonna
final
go-
point up for grabs in this round. Is Janette going to get it?
I'm going to say it's the gentleman with the fabulous hair next to our astronomer.
OK, sir.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
So, Ben, there's still a point up for grabs.
The gentleman at the back with the moustache and beard.
Sorry, I don't know.
Well, none of us got it.
I hope it's the pin technology guy. Imagine both of those things.
It could be. And would the reigning world black pudding throwing champion please stand up? Oh, well done. And can you give us the answer? Which town holds the championship?
It's held in Ramsbottom.
Ramsbottom. There you go. Of course, it's held in Ramsbottom. What's the technique?
So Yorkshire pudding's on a plinth about 7 metres high, and you get 3 puddings and you throw them underarm and have to knock off as many Yorkshire puddings as you can.
That explains it.
How is this not in the Olympics? Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Loudon. That's the end of that round. Let's take a look at our first leaderboard, shall we? Steph and Janette yet to get off the mark. It's a high scorer, this one. Ben and Ed, 1 point each. Well done, Ben and Ed. Round 2 this evening is... I've got the historical blues. David O'Doherty has got the blues, and he's got the blues about various historical figures, is that right?
Yeah.
Steph, we're going to start with you. David is going to sing you a blues song, but what blues does David have?
I woke up this morning 51 years before Christ. I'm not sure how I know that, as I'm a polytheist. Inherited Egypt from specifically my father and mother.
Only thing weird about that is I married my brother. I got the blues, oh yeah, yeah.
What
An amazing question.
what blues do you think David and Wendy have?
Is it Cleopatra?
Is it Cleopatra?
I've got the Cleopatra blues.
Well played, Steph.
Amazing.
Ben, it's not just Cleopatra he feels the blues about. It's other historical figures too. David, you got more problems?
Take me in, band. I woke up on a different morning. It was the 13th century. Everybody's already been conquered by me. From Eastern Europe to China, every battle I win.
There's no emperor fighter, and my real name's Temujin. I got the blues, yeah.
What? I mean, Jenny, honestly, the difference in talent between the two of you is so startling. Ben, what blues do they have?
Is it the Hannibal Blues?
Is it the Hannibal Blues?
No.
It
No.
is. Anyone else want to buzz in? Steph.
Is it Alexander the Great?
No.
What is his name?
Ah, it's
Emperor of
Genghis
China.
Khan.
Whoa. Anyone
Oh, well done.
want to buzz in?
I missed it.
Ed?
Genghis Khan?
Oh, is it Genghis Khan? Let's find out. Is it Genghis Khan?
I've got the Genghis Khan blues.
How about that, Janette? Who are these blues about?
So I woke up on another morning. It was 1854. I'm making my way to the Crimean War. Got some ideas about hygiene. Techniques I'm gonna revamp.
Wanna keep that collar in check, that's why this lady's got a lamb. I got the blues.
I have no idea, guys. No idea.
Should we buzz you out? Or time
Buzz
you
me out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll time Janette out. We've got a buzzer race on our hands. Ed Balls.
Florence Nightingale?
Is it Florence Nightingale?
I got the Florence Nightingale blues.
Very good. Well played. Ed, it's now your turn. Now, David, as is traditional...
I'm ready for the next one. Let's go. Straight in. Bam. 2, 3. What?
My view being that we have Wendy here. And listen, I love your blues.
Thank you.
But I might ask Wendy to sing our last
think
one.
we
if
should
that's
ask
okay. I
Wendy,
think,
you
given
know.
she's here. OK, Wendy, take it away.
Woke up this morning, 1789. My people are hungry, no concern of mine. I might have me some cake, eat it here on my throne. More attitude this morning, yeah. Nobody keep overthrown. I got the blues.
Wendy, everybody.
Hey! Woo, woo!
We bring a different... It's a slightly different vibe.
It's a different vibe.
Bring a different approach
It's just
to it.
different. It's just different.
Yeah, that's
It's
all.
just two ways of doing the same thing. Ed, what blues does Wendy have?
It's Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette?
I got the Marie Antoinette blues.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, band, as well. That is the end of round 2. Let's take a little look at what it's done to our scores. Janette still to get off the mark. Ben, you have got 1, despite giving an answer to Ed.
Go on, Ed.
Steph, you've got 1 as well. Ed Balls, our leader, with 4 points. Well played, Ed. Our next round this evening is... Weigh up your options. This is a pairs game. The player in 4th place gets to choose their partner. Janette, that is you. Who would you like to team up with in this round?
I'm going to team up with Steph.
So, Ben and Janette, if you'll swap places, please.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's what you get when you get a Strictly Dancer on. So, Janette and Steph, what we're going to do now is work out the weight of various iconic items, OK? We'll show you the iconic item.
Yeah.
You then have to select something from this trolley, which David is pushing on, of things we found around the studio. All sorts of things there. There's apples, there's bottles of wine, there's a lovely picture of David.
Aw.
I think we've got an eye in there, David.
Some euro coins, some tuna, some
Pot of
paint.
paint.
Those will be the things you'll be selecting from.
Right,
and the
okay.
first thing you need to match the weight of is this.
Oh, my goodness.
Do not drop it, David.
Yeah, these are iconic items.
Oh.
Presenting Exhibit A.
And that is the real bust from the Queen Vic.
Surely he needs gloves, though.
Steph, they're dealing with a pro.
Right, so props are not really that heavy, like they're not as realistic, are they? They're normally like hollow. What about a couple of pots of paint, or maybe like a pot of paint and a bottle of wine?
I wouldn't go for the biggest pot of paint, right?
So,
Is there one down at the bottom?
There's a middle one.
The middle one.
There.
That one, yeah.
This one here, yeah.
I think bottle of wine.
Red's a little bit heavier.
Is it?
At least when you drink it.
Full-bodied.
It's full-bodied, you know.
Heavier than white, isn't it?
Right, let's go. That pot of paint, a bottle of wine, and...
What about a tin of... Is that what?
Beans. Right, we'll go with that, shall we?
Let's try that.
So, we have
this is truly a guessing
pot of
game.
paint, a bottle of wine and a tin of beans.
OK.
So we'll put those on your podium there. And, gentlemen, you've got to get closer to the weight. What do you think this weighs?
I mean, we've got to have the photo, haven't we?
Let me. I'll
Can
just pick it up, you guys.
And I think the cheap prosecco.
Is that hairspray in the can
It's
there?
Richard Osman themed hairspray.
Yeah, that looks good.
Let's have an apple too.
We'd have an apple.
So you're going to
we're
go
happy
for
with that.
Prosecco, photo of David O'Doherty, some hairspray and an apple. Didn't think you'd be saying that, did you? So whichever team's closest is going to win the first point. First thing we need to do is find out how much does the bust of the Queen Vic weigh?
That is light.
2,740 grams.
That's
light.
heavy.
That is... No, it's
2.5
light.
kilograms.
Yeah, 2.5 kilograms. So that's what you've got to get close to. Shall
Oh,
we
we're
weigh
we've gone
Janette
too low.
and Steph's items?
I think
I
we're
fear
just
we've gone
over
too low.
it.
Gone way too low.
Yeah, I think we've got
Heavier
too
than
heavy.
we thought.
No.
Let's see how close you are. What do you think at home?
Come
here?
on.
What would you have gone
Oh, gosh, I don't know now.
I can't believe how tense it's suddenly become.
for? Yeah, I know. Whoa, whoa!
How interesting.
Well, that's good.
We're back in the
5,000.
game.
Back in
We're
the
back
game,
in the
eh?
game.
Blimey, almost twice as heavy.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Gents, are you going to beat that? Let's take a look.
Wow! Impressive!
Well done.
Total fluke. How did we manage that?
If you had added 2 tins of tuna, you would have been spot on. That's all you needed. So your next item is this.
Whoa.
Oh,
A
gold
genuine
medal.
Olympic gold medal from 2012.
Oh, wow.
So how much do we think a genuine Olympic gold medal weighs? Ben and Ed, we'll start with you.
I mean, I'm looking at the bean. I'm looking at the tins of tuna. Ed,
I think
tuna.
I personally think that a tin of tuna is not enough.
Okay.
If you said
What
to me
about?
2 tins of tuna, you might be talking.
You think? What about a tin of tuna and a banana? A couple of bananas.
If you're
Actually, a tin of tuna's not that
it's not that heavy.
heavy. Yeah, 2 tins of tuna.
So 2 bananas and a tin of tuna?
2 bananas and 2 tins of tuna. I'm going to go for one. I'm going to lose one of those bananas. Please,
Okay, let's
David.
lose a banana. Lose a banana.
2 tins of tuna
And a banana.
and a banana.
OK.
So 2 tins of tuna and a banana. And you've also just won the Turner Prize. Congratulations. Janette and Steph, what
So
are we thinking?
I've held one.
Did you?
Yeah, and they're quite
okay.
heavy. So I think we should go heavier than them.
Do you? What about a can of the beans?
Have you held one of them?
I think... yes, so I think that's a good shout, actually.
Do you reckon?
But I think it might be slightly heavier than that.
Really? Do you want to add an apple?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah?
good shout. But then is that going to be too heavy? I know it's definitely heavier than that, I think. That's probably about the weight they've got, isn't it?
Yeah.
What if we took the apple out and put it in the frame? Because it's a similar kind of...
I think beans, apple and frame.
I didn't realise I was in International Unit of Measurement.
Do you think that's too much?
Let's take the apple out and do the pitcher and the beans.
Okay.
So we've got tuna and banana versus pitcher and beans.
No, heavier than this.
David, how heavy is the gold medal? Tell you what, someone will be switching on the TV now. They're like, oh, well.
They'll be saying Chris Hoy has fallen on hard times.
Let's take a look at the weight.
Oh.
430 grams.
You've gone too heavy, I think.
430 grams.
Maybe
That's what you've got to get
they're
close to. So, first thing we need to do is weigh the tins of tuna and
Those
the banana.
tunas must be
chosen
250
by Ben and Ed.
Yeah. I think we're going to be like 556, aren't we?
I think you're close again.
You could be 556 too.
Yeah, I
This
think
feels
I've
not far off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Let's take a look at what they weigh. Up it goes.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
550 to 600.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Nice.
580, you're saying you're 150 grams off. How are you feeling?
Oh, terrible.
I don't know now.
Oh, you think you've gone too heavy?
Yeah, too heavy.
I think that
kind of beans
might be
and
about
beans
right.
normally
That might be
weigh.
about right.
I think you're overestimating the quality of this.
Well, let's see.
Are you nearer than 150 grams away?
Stop.
No.
Whoa, look at that. 700
Sorry.
grams.
Right.
Gents, you get a point. Well done. Ben and Ed get themselves a point. We're doing one final one. David, what is our next item?
Now, this one has come with possibly an even bigger warning than the Queen Vic.
Oh, there she is.
Actual glitter ball trophy.
Oh, well.
The
I got
real
this.
one.
Good.
The real one.
Wow.
Jeanette and Steph, you might have a
So,
little advantage here. What do you think that weighs?
Feel like we go for the medium pot of paint and maybe like do the kind of beans.
And one bean.
One bean.
It's like a Heston Blumenthal menu. Gents, what do you think?
I think the iron is here for a purpose.
Yes.
Ooh, good thing.
Ed, I think you're overthinking this.
So I like your idea of the iron. I think that's a good start.
Throw the iron in.
I would maybe add a tin of beans to that. Would you, Ed?
Well, I think it's not quite enough. I think we should throw a banana in as well.
How many?
All of them.
Full bananas.
Ed's gone full banana.
I think that's unwise.
Yeah.
I think we should
Halve the number of bananas, David, if we may.
Should we throw in the bike pump?
Let's add the bike pump.
Yeah.
Does the bike lock here?
I have a feeling about that, but no, not the
The
lock.
bike lock might be good. That's got a bit of weight to it.
We could throw the bike pump and the lock in.
Worst episode of MacGyver ever.
Add the bike lock, will we?
How about the lock and the pump?
Yeah.
So you're going to go beans, iron, bananas, lock, pump.
And I would just like to say, I'm feeling good about this. Are you feeling good, Ben?
I like
I
this.
think you've got it again.
Yeah.
Excellent. There you go. First thing we need to do is find out how much the genuine glitter ball trophy
I hope it's
weighs.
heavy now.
Here we go. Where's this going?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
5.5
Now.
Right,
kilos.
okay. So about 5 kilos.
Yeah.
5 and a bit.
Okay.
So 5, 3, 80.
Too high.
Let's see who's going to be closest.
I think
shall we?
they should have gone for the bigger pot of paint now.
Here we go. So the medium paint and the beans. How close are we going to get to 5?
Oh, come on.
We've gone too long. Oh.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
4 kilograms.
It's fairly close. About 4 kilos.
No, we went under, didn't we?
Yeah.
You've gone under, so you've got to get within 1,200 grams here, gents. So we've got the iron,
I think they've done it again.
Yeah.
iron, beans, banana,
bad.
lock, pump. So let's take a look at the weight of these. Let's see who's won the point, the final point of the round. Oh, they're way short. Almost exactly half. So the point goes to Steph and Jeanette. And that is the end of that round.
You got
Very well
one.
played, everybody. Jeanette and Ben, if you'll swap back places, please.
Yes. Sorry. Thank you. This is called the chassis pen.
The chassis.
And let's take a look at what it's done to our scores. Who's going to be our first champion? Jeanette off the mark with 1. Steph, you've got 2. Ben, 3. Ed taking a 3-point lead into our final round. Well played, Ed. Our final round, it is... Answer smash. Fingers on buzzers, please. A point for a correct answer, point off for an incorrect answer, so be very careful. Our first category is items that sold well in 2020. These will be the pictures. Which song from South Pacific about forgetting a man that she's fed up with is sung by Nelly Forbush after getting out of the shower? Yes, Ben.
I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair trimmer.
Correct. Hair clippers. I'll give it. I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair clippers. Well played, Ben. Nicely done. Next thing that sold well. Which single by the Beatles was Christmas #1 in 1963?
What is that?
Steph.
I want to hold your hand sanitizer.
I want to hold your hand sanitizer. That's absolutely right, Steph. Well done.
Brilliant.
I want to hold your hand and hand sanitizer. Next one. Which 1983 film stars Al Pacino as Miami crime figure Tony Montana? Yes, Janette.
Scarface Mask.
Absolutely right. Scarface and Face Mark. Well played, Janette. Next category. People who have gone to space. There'll be the pictures, there'll be clues above. What is the name of the youngest son of Bob Cratchit in the Charles Dickens novella A Christmas Carol? Ed.
Tiny Tim Peake.
Well played, Tiny Tim and Tim Peake. Next one. Boom, Shake the Room was a UK #1 hit in 1993 for The Fresh Prince and which other performer?
I can't remember.
No one? It's Jazzy Jeff Bezos.
Jazzy Jeff.
Jeff Bezos. Your next category is... That's our first show done. So you're with me for 3 weeks, but our first week is over. We're going to find our first champion and give away our first prize as well. Who has won this evening's House of Games? Ed Balls is our winner. Congratulations, Ed. Very well played. Ed, you've won yourself a prize.
I know, I can't quite work out how I managed that.
Yeah. Which of these would you like?
I think I will go for the beer keg. I've been working in a care home in Scarborough for a BBC film, and the chief nurse is a massive fan. So he says, if you win a prize, will you donate it to the care home? So I'm going to take him this, and they can all come and have their drinks out of it in the afternoon.
Nice.
So that's what I was thinking.
Ed Balls takes home the House of Games beer cake. Congratulations, Ed. So I've got 2 more weeks with you. Let's take a look at the points you're taking through to next week. Ed taking through the maximum 4 points. Ben 3, Steph 2, Janette 1. Should we do it again next week?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Why not?
Ever so much. I'll see you all here, same time, same place. Audience, thank you so much. David, thank you. And thank you to our wonderful band as well. Round of applause. Thank you, band. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you here, same time, same place, next week on the House of Games.
Band, play along, please.
Beautiful. Best prize ever.